Good morning. So, this is actually my first day off the steroids after my chemo, and I'm actually feeling extremely energetic this morning. I did have an iced coffee, but that was after I already got a lot done. I did not really feel like eating so much, so I had. It's not actually an Ensure; it's a Costco, whatever the brand is. So they actually it's lower in glucose. I'm diabetic, so I want to keep the glucose down, and it's high in protein, so it's the Costco brand, and they have really good flavors like cake batter flavors. So it's probably made out of a bunch of chemicals, but I don't care. Not with what's been going into me. My scalp looks horrendous, so I'm not going to let you look at it. I'm a little bit vain about that. So I had a really productive day at work yesterday. It's the kind of thing that makes me glad that I had uh, worked for my insurance license a few years ago. I can't really go into details because that is covered by HIPAA, but I really worked for enrolling someone and it paid off, and I feel good about the sale that I made yesterday. So that's the kind of thing that I'd go to work for. Well, I guess going to work, I I work from home. So I'm actually sitting at my desk because I want to get a little workout in this morning. I have a stationary bike at my desk, and I've actually felt up to using it for the last few days. So I got a lot of cleaning in. The living room was still kind of dusty, so I was able to vacuum that. I took the trash out, I took the recycling out, which I think actually in this area they're no longer recycling, but I don't care. I'm in the habit of doing that. And just I had a very productive day. I was told by the oncology nurse to start a new medicine that's a little bit personal, but it's something restroom related. So that arrived from Amazon very early this morning, and I actually was waiting for that. So it arrived about 5:30 this morning, and I actually woke up about 5 a.m. and looked, and there it was. And so I went out on the porch, and everything that I was waiting for was there, including my tissues. And they had a little mix up with the order on the tissues last night, and they rectified that, and I'm very happy about that. I have my puffs with lotion, which I love that. I'm not being paid to endorse that. It just that's my happy place with my tissues. So it's the only problem I'm having is my blood pressure has gone up a little bit, and it's not like seriously high. I know a lot of people with blood pressure considerably higher. This is not supposed to be a normal symptom with the regimen that I'm on for the chemotherapy. So the oncology nurse did tell me to pay attention to it. I've been checking the blood pressure and my blood sugar. My blood sugar is really good. A lot of the other things, even before I started the chemo, that I had had health issues with in the past, have cleared up. So I'm actually, other than the cancer, and I guess now the blood pressure, other than that, my health is excellent. So, you know, I can't complain too much on those things, but the blood pressure, um, I I have to be careful about. So I'm trying to avoid drama and things that will make me upset. I'm trying to avoid news that will make me upset, politics and things like that. So, I have friends that are on both sides of the election. And, you know, there are things that I'm on both sides of it, you know, because of the industry that I work in and because of just, I think that things are nuanced. So, and I don't want a bunch of hate about that. You know, I have my own beliefs, and, you know, I have met one of the candidates that ran, and we had some talks when we were both going through very personal loss at the same time, and so that was something very personal to me. So that was, you know, that was actually, you know, I used to work for one of the political parties, so that I have my own background in that, and so it's just a very stressful thing, and I don't really want to think about that kind of stuff. And it brings me to another thing is I have a coworker on Facebook who is very sanctimonious about the whole incident that happened on Facebook with someone else with that was an anti-vaxxer troll. And this coworker was like, well, you left your settings on public, and no, it didn't have to do with that. This troll was actually harassing me in private messages, and they're not sent on public. They're sent on private, and, you know, it's a case of Dunning-Kruger syndrome, which, if you don't know what that is when somebody does not understand a situation, they feel like they have a lot of knowledge about it because they don't. And, you know, if you don't understand what's going on with someone, don't butt into their personal life and give advice about it. I remember, well, you know, I remember a time when there were other deadly diseases that were going around. There was another pandemic when I was in middle school and just starting high school. And facts were facts back in those days. And the Reagan appointed Surgeon General sent postcards out to every family, and we all received those postcards. And it explained how that pandemic was spread. And we all read those postcards, and we went to Time magazine and Newsweek magazine and read objective information that was fact-checked. And because of that, the American public was, and I'm assuming that you're in the United States, you might not be, but we were informed about how that pandemic spread, and we did not question that because it came from somebody who had medical knowledge. It was a doctor. Dr. C. Everett Koop explained how a pandemic was spread, and we didn't go, I passed 8th grade science, I'm going to do my own research. No, we actually, we took that from a respected medical source, and that's how I feel that we ought to treat things like that. Cancer and other pandemics, we need to listen to doctors on that. I was a pre-med major in college for several years, and the reason that I did not proceed with that career is because I have severe eye problems. I'm colorblind. I have a really bad astigmatism, and as it turned out, I went deaf in my mid-20s, and so it would not have been a good career choice. I actually have an implant in my ear, and that was a choice that I really did not have to make on my own. I needed to do that to keep my job at the time. So I worked in customer service. I needed to do that. So I don't do my own research. I do it enough to understand what the doctors are doing and to understand my treatment. But if the doctor tells me, or the nurse even tells me that I need to take this medicine because this will not react with my treatment, or that medicine will react and I need to cease taking that medicine, I listen to my doctors. That's very important. And I was told that I needed to start taking medicine this morning, which I'm not really eager to take, but I need to do it. I will listen because I need to trust in my medical team. And that was advice that my cousin, who has survived cancer, gave me. Trust in the medical team. And I'm saying that as somebody who studied pre-medicine for 2 years in college. I didn't start college with 0 credits in science. I started with 24 hours of science curriculum already, taking AP classes in high school. So I started out with that, and then I pursued 2 more years of science curriculum before I changed my major because of eye problems. So I don't do that. And, for somebody who probably did not pass their science classes in high school to be lecturing people about that they shouldn't get vaccinated because they saw some Facebook post or some stupid nonsense like that. And then for somebody else, a third party, who benefited from, well, I'm not going to go into details about that, but we're not going to, let's just say that had we had Facebook in the 1980s and all the disinformation that's being spread on Facebook back then, people's attitudes would be so much more horrible than they already are right now. And I think it's important to know that a lot of the progress that's been made socially today is because we did not have Facebook 40 years ago. We did not have Facebook 30 years ago. I was on the internet 30 years ago. I was on social media 30 years ago. And it was very different than it is today. And there was disinformation on the internet 30 years ago. There was a lot of trolling on 30 years ago. And I'm not extremely proud of this. I was kind of a bully online 30 years ago. But the person that I got into it with is very involved with Facebook. She is a consultant with Mark Zuckerberg now, and she's kind of well known. She claims that she's the reason something pics are not on Facebook, which is not true, but I knew this person quite well, and she started a fight with me. But that's another story, completely another story. But in 1994, the internet was very different than it is now. You did not have crazy stuff going around like you do now. And if the environment that is being perpetuated online now had existed then, we would not have near the kind of civil rights that people do have. And a lot more civil rights would have been taken away a lot earlier than they were. And I guess that's my little diatribe. Sorry to be negative and everything, but I had actually a really good day yesterday at work. I hope my energy levels stay up because I am off the steroids as of today, so no more steroids until the next chemo session. You will not get to see my scalp anymore until I guess I get it shaved because it looks absolutely horrendous. This is my little work uniform. It's my Snuggie Sherpa. I am not getting endorsed for this. So this is kind of what I wear when I relax, but the Sherpa is what I wear at my desk because I'm not in bed and it's warm and comfortable. I do get chilled, so I do spend a lot of time in bed. I do spend pretty much the rest of the time at my desk, and I want to get a little work in while this is uploading. So, I hope everybody has a good day, and so I'm going to ride my bike and watch some videos, I guess, on YouTube while this is uploading. Have a good day.